Soaring oil prices are driving up jet fuel costs. And Ryanair, though, isn't worried. The CEO says they've hedged for the year. But one of the things Ryanair and all the CEOs are worried about is competitiveness of European aviation. Michael O'Leary claims the bloc is shooting itself in both feet with two under new rules. First, it's called European Trading Scheme or System, the ETS, the Emissions Trading System. It's all about capping greenhouse gas emissions. But here's the problem. European airlines, when flying intra-Europe, pay ETS. So if you're going from Belgium to Tenerife, you will pay, I don't know, I think the number that they were all talking about, it's roughly a family of four, you will pay an extra $140 charge. However, if you decide to go next door and go from Belgium to Morocco, you pay zero. Why? Because it's not intra-Europe. And as a result, countries like Spain are furious that this rule is doing it. It's even worse, of course, if you're looking to go long haul. Similar sort of things because of ETS and the EU SAF mandate. They must use a certain amount of sustainable aviation fuel. Let's take the example, our old friend from Nice via Paris or Frankfurt to Tokyo. If you're flying somewhere, then you pay the ETS scheme here and the SAF mandate. However, should you decide to go via the Gulf, if you could, or via Istanbul, you pay nothing once again. The regulations, they say, simply disadvantage European carriers. It is a classic case of Europe killing its own industry. Michael O'Leary told me Ryanair was well prepared for the fuel costs, but this is something different.
We're very well hedged. We're 80% hedged at $67 a barrel out to March of 2026, or 2027, sorry. So we bought forward the fuel. As long as the war in Iran finishes in the next month or two, we think fuel prices will fall back sharply. But if the longer it goes on, the greater risk there is to pricing in summer of 27.
Do you have to start making decisions about your next hedge? Yet?
Not yet. I mean, because we're so well hedged, because we were forward bought out to March 27, really we're looking at kind of summer of 27, and that's too far away to be making decisions yet.
Was that hedge good luck or good management?
Oh, good luck. We have no good management in Ryanair. We're Irish.
The way in which you're pulling out of various markets now when you're not happy with airport charges, when you're not happy with ATC.
Government taxes.
Yeah. But you're doing it more and more, particularly this year, this next season. You've really made a very big statement.
I think what's happening, Richard, across Europe is you have so many governments abolishing taxes. You have Sweden abolishing aviation taxes, the Slovakians, the Albanians, regional Italy. And we want to reward those countries that are abolishing stupid taxes on aviation by giving them more growth. And to do that, we have to take aircraft away from countries like Germany, Holland, regional Spain, where they're raising taxes and shooting themselves not in one, but in both feet.
Where does that end, in a sense? Because if we take the UK, which has got very high taxes in many cases, but you're not pulling back dramatically.
No, not in the UK at the moment.
It seems opportunistic.
I mean, of course it's opportunistic, but I mean, it's opportunistic because you want to reward those countries abolishing taxes. To me, it's remarkable that Sweden, the home of Greta Thunberg, and people who should have spent more time in school learning about the environment and striking, is abolishing aviation taxes. 5 years ago, we were sitting and they were talking about flight shaming. Now they're abolishing taxes because they realize they want to grow, and the only way to grow is lower access costs.
When you look at what's happening here in Brussels, I know we will not be able to broadcast some of the language that you would want to use. I'm aware of that. But the lack of progress here on things like single European skies, SAF mandates that just simply will not work. What is the answer for the industry?
I think there's a fundamental change taking place at the moment. There's a real push from the governments, particularly like governments in Sweden, governments in Italy, now calling for, the abolition of ETS. I mean, ETS is this taxation on only intra-EU flights, which makes it, massively subsidise non-EU travel while the Europeans pay for it all. And we need a level playing field in environmental taxes. We need to bring ETS in line with CORSIA, which is what the non-Europeans pay. But
why won't they do it? This argument has been around as long as you and I have.
It has, but for the last, I think, 5-10 years, the Greens have been in power in Europe. The Greens have been driving the agenda. Now, they've lost most of their seats in European governments, in the European Parliament. Europe is now much more focused on competitiveness. They've suddenly realized that Putin is in Ukraine, Trump is in the White House, and Europe better get its act together. And for the first time, I think, in about 10 years, we have a real shot at making air travel in Europe more competitive by abolishing these stupid taxes.
Okay, so what has to happen? You say, and we're very keen on Cresswell's business with competitiveness, the Draghi report, the whole...
Just gathered dust for about 18 months here in Europe.
They would say they are making progress.
They are making no progress. Europe just talks about competitive. Draghi has shown the way. The Letter report has shown the way. But you have Ursula von der Leyen wandering around, dazed, nodding, calling for competitiveness, but not doing anything. I mean, for 5 years, she has done nothing about reforming ATC. For 5 years, she's done nothing about reducing ETS, which is a scandalous tax on only intra-EU air travel. I mean, we today, a family of 4 from Brussels flying to the Canary Islands, pay 80 euros of ETS. But if they just switch to Morocco, outside the Europe, 0. So we're taxing the hell out of European travel and tourism and making it cheaper for people to fly to non-European destinations.
To the viewer who's watching and saying, Michael has good green credentials, his aircraft are the most modern, with the best engines and the best efficiency, but he still doesn't seem to get the green agenda.
I think because the green agenda, Putin doesn't get the green agenda. Trump doesn't get the green agenda.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, but 3 wrongs might. We're going to have to wake up here. Europe is going to have to massively increase the amount of money it spends on defense. That's only going to come from economic growth, and economic growth is only going to come from competitiveness. So let's stop. We are already investing in new technology aircraft. We're flying aircraft now that burn 50% less fuel. Stop taxing air travel. We need to start encouraging.
Finally, I had Joe Varady on Cresswell's business last night.
Never heard of him.
He speaks highly of you too. He is now putting the first row, where you can have an empty seat. It's like a whiz class. He's got...
Because they have so many empty seats, they make a virtue out of it. In Ryanair, we have no empty seats. We fly with a 94% load factor. We sell every seat.
Right, but you could get better yield if you did do a bit of for business travellers.
I think Wizz would actually make a profit if they stopped worrying about increasing airfares and copied the Ryanair model, which is we want to lower the airfares for everybody and we sell seats. We don't keep them empty. I want to drive down the cost of air travel in Europe. Wizz's failed model is all about keeping empty seats and charging the poor Dumbo in the few people they have flying with them higher fares. Doomed to fail.
Finally, how long are you going to keep going?
Forever. Warren Buffett is my hero. He retired at about 97, 98? We have miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep.